Yes. Pirate Radio, episode 11. Let's go. Like we always do at this time. I'm still waiting for that fucking Kanye album, man. Ain't shit come out, man. Shit better come out as a fucking NFT and shit. I really think it's gonna come out tonight. It's 10:30, and I'm saying 10:30 as of Friday, the day after the listening event, the second listening event, or the third one technically. But I can't front, yo. The one yesterday, that shit was fucking dope. It had the songs that I wanted to hear, because I didn't hear it before, but you heard rumors of the first listening event in Vegas, then there was one in Atlanta, and then the third one, which was yesterday. And for some weird reason, I guess it was like planned to have certain songs on the Vegas listening, certain songs on the second in Atlanta. Well, maybe not the second one, because the second one they were planning to drop the album right there. And I can tell you this, the one yesterday was way better. Well, I guess because he's gonna do a double album, and he's gonna just put all the songs that maybe one of, to please everybody who had opinions of the different songs. But I'm pretty sure Kanye has like a whole fucking catalog of tracks that are probably never gonna come out. It was definitely dope. The scenery, that shit, it was alright, whatever. He was in all black and all that stuff. But like, definitely one of the main songs that I like was what's it called? Jesus Lord, with Jay Electronica and the Lox in it. See, now I heard about that song in the Vegas in a short clip that I saw a while back, couple weeks ago. And I was like, damn, just off that beat, I was like, all right, I'm looking forward to see that one when he did the Atlanta event. And that didn't even came on. I was like, what the fuck? So then to hear it now, and then added with the Lox, I was like, oh shit. I did see the Lox in the live stream when they showed up. This nigga Kanye Deadass had a live stream of him in that room that looked like a jail cell in the stadium. Just a bed and just like a laptop and like a small setup for music. That's why like the album is not gonna sound like a professional album, because everything is, it's not like he's in a huge board with like the Dr. Dre effects with the little knobs like sliding up and down and shit. That's what we all thought that we needed like back in the days to make music. And with technology, I guess you don't necessarily need that, I guess as long as you have a good mix. See, me, when I made beats or whatever, or even if I recorded like a rapper rapping over a beat or whatever, to me the whole mixing, I know that when you know that a good mixing sounds better. I get it, but at the end of the day, music is art. So the way I see it is, are you listening to the words? Do you like the beat? Do you think they both sound dope together? Now, when it comes to like the mixing, the mastering, this is for radio, I don't give a fuck about that shit. And then when I felt like that, that's when I stumbled upon MF Doom's music, which it was breaking all the fucking rules. Like his rhyming, breaking the rules. Like it's so crazy that it is crazy that I stumbled upon MF Doom as of like 4 or 5 years, probably even less. Definitely more than 2 years ago. But when I was just fucking shocked how he could get away with all that shit, because I was so used to like, oh, it gotta sound like this, gotta sound like that, oh, it sounds too loud, this and that, or just the whole worrying about a format so much. And that itself is art right there, when you just go away from the norm, and then eventually when the norm is to go away from the norm again will be going back to the norm. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always a wave. Like, you know, it's like, I doubt people in the hood are gonna be wearing bell bottoms again, but it's like fashion in a way. Like, it goes, and then when everybody's doing that one thing, it's like, okay, this is like, all right, it's reaching its level, then it's gonna go back. Like, if you notice now, some people are wearing, when I say some people, I mean like the people who you will see like in major IGs, which is like celebrities or whatever, particularly in rap. You see like Virgil, who doesn't rap, but he's like the head of Louis Vuitton, and you know, came out of Kanye's group. So he's wearing Jordans with baggy ass pants. Kanye did that shit too a couple of years ago, you know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy because I can't see it. I'm gonna say this, and probably in 10 years you're gonna see me with baggy shit, but I can't see myself wearing too baggy pants, like baggy pants that's too baggy. You know what I'm saying? Because the one thing that I did that I don't miss is like the back of the jeans riding under the bottom of the sneakers. That was the worst. Basically fucking up your jeans and shit. And you know what's fucking crazy? That around that time was around the time where like Evisu jeans was popular, and these motherfucking jeans cost like $300. This is why, like, as I got older, I guess it doesn't matter now because I'm older and I'm not the demographic, but as I got older, I just want to like wear like no logos, just minimalistic shit, and here and there, yeah, I will get something with a logo, but trust me, it's all just black tees. My pants, it's summertime, so I do have jeans, but even those are uncomfortable at the end of the day because jeans is just jeans. When you sit down, it don't stretch. Some do. I have one that doesn't, and it's like the perfect jean. It's like the Levi, I think it's the 511. One of the greatest pants I ever had. But guess what? With use, wear and tear, whatever, not tear, but with use, your fucking crotch just tears out. And if you don't pay attention to that shit, you could be sleeping, you could be sitting in the train with your fucking balls out, nigga. Not really, because even with the tearos, like I still wear like boxers, but then like the gym base pants, but they're in shorts. I have them in long for like if I wear them under my jeans, which makes them more comfortable, you know, like for the winter. But you know, summertime, and this tearos are like the Adidas soccer pants, which are very breathable. So I just wear the shorts base pants under, bigger base pants, the short base, like active wear, the tight joints, and then I put the Tiro pants on, you know. So I always go with that. But those jeans, they awesome. But the Tiro pants that I wear that are Adidas, I get them in all black, triple black. So the lines on the seams on the sides, where you're supposed to see the black and then the white Adidas stripes going all the way down the pants to on the sides, that is all black. So you can't even really see what pants are these, but at the same time they're Tiro, so they had that specific tapered cut or whatever. And I break the rules. I don't give a fuck. Like, I wear my Tiro Adidas pants with Jordans on. I don't care. Nike makes their own version, but Nike, they need to have that fucking, if it's all black, they won't make a triple black that I've seen yet. And of course it's gonna cost way more money. Mind you, same material usually around. And they're always gonna have that white Nike check. Like, if it's all black, it's gonna have something different. The Adidas ones, even the logo is black. It's triple black. The best. But you know, so like shit comes and goes, but I forgot how I got to that point. I haven't even taken a sip of this fucking. I bought a champagne, right? And I was like, you know what? I usually buy this specific champagne, which is $10. I call it the Dom Perignon that costs $10. You know what I'm saying? It's not Perry Young, but who's looking? Can you see through the audio waves right now that I'm sending? Fuck out of here. I ain't gonna lie, this one tastes a little bit different. I'm stepping up my champagne game. So, I can't see myself buying no $300 champagne bottle. Fuck out of here. But this one costs $20. I almost did the African sound when shit's too expensive. You gotta understand. And when I was working at Mobile, one of the inside jokes we had, here we give it up. All racism, all that shit, we don't give a fuck. And one of the cheapest customers were East Indians and Africans. Oh my God. So the Africans, they would make that noise, why these cost too much? So you have to okay, fuck. Now you have to scramble. Okay, this is what you're getting. You want internet? Yes, I want internet. All right, so you gotta put this package on. Why this so much money? And you but this good. you can go to lunch. That's what you gotta tell your customer, your coworker. You can go to lunch ahead of me because you're gonna be there for a fucking Iron Man match, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Indians, obviously they have mad money. They all fucking doctors, and they used to come to the store talking about I want internet, but I don't want the internet package type of shit. Basically that's what they're trying to tell you. Or matter of fact, no, not even. It wasn't even like that. It was you have to pick an internet package, right? This is when the main mission was taking people out of regular phones to smartphones. Now I don't know how that shit works. No idea, because I'm pretty sure everybody has a smartphone now. But that time, it was grueling. They were like, oh no, I want it with no internet. They want a whole iPhone with no internet, and at that time you had to pick an internet package. And they were like, no, I don't want internet. I have internet in the hospital. I'm like, God damn, nigga. The best customers definitely were Mexicans. They came in there, they'd be like, yo, run my credit. It's busted, bet. It's $500 per line because I have no credit. Bet, let me get 3 lines. Because you knew it was all legit. Why the fuck you gonna pay, well, let me say $300 per line or something? Probably was more. $300 per line, and try to do some fraud on us? Fuck out of here. Now the Puerto Ricans, they will fucking sell their social security information for fucking 2 packs of Heinekens, and then you see them outside talking to the dudes that about to do the scam, which are the black people. They were the not the kings of that, but it's when they came in there by themselves asking about some fucking 5 phones, you'd be like, oh, come on, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? And then they got bad to the point that, then everybody was doing it. Let's keep it real. One of the worst one was a guy who had my first name look eerily similar to my pops. And we had a great conversation, my nigga. Nigga did 6 phones, I think 5 phones, all fucking fraud. I was like, I can't trust nobody anymore. You know what I'm saying? So, and then the funny thing about it is that we can't judge, but then again, you had to judge, because if your shit was fraud, then you pay for it. Not you pay for it, but you pay for it in terms of it fucks up your commission numbers, your target, and all that shit. That shit was grueling. But eventually they got to a point that they will call AT&T right before they go into the store. And they'd be like, I want to know if this store has this phone, or this phone. And then they will tell them, the fucking operators, because they don't give a fuck, but I guess they were too dumb when it comes to realize it. Think about it. People in the lines were fucking Indians too. They were Indians in another fucking Polytana part of the world and shit, telling stores, hey, a customer's going there and he's gonna want to open 5 lines. And I'm like, fuck. Because they call the store first and then they go. They got smart to it. You know what I'm saying? Then it had to be hold on, let me go to the back type of shit, talk to the manager, And then the manager be like, yeah, tell me we don't have no phones. I'm like, how the fuck I'ma look now going back to the people telling them that I don't have no phones when they just called the fucking operator. You know, you see what I'm saying? So hey, shit got tricky, man. But anyways, back to the Kanye album. That shit, it sounded dope. Still hasn't came out. I heard the Nas album, and I saw that clip of Hit Boy talking like throwing subliminals at the rollout of Kanye and the album. Of course he's gonna say that, but nigga, when you look a little to the left, that nigga Nas was not, happy, joy about those comments. Maybe he didn't give a fuck, but he had no reaction. It's like, nigga, Hit Boy, I understand what you're trying to say. Like, it's dope. This is your second album, I think, with Nas. Just take it and keep going, my nigga. You're gonna diss Kanye. Kanye about DK about to do Watch the Throne 2 with Jay-Z. Nigga, you had the biggest hit in the Watch the Throne 1 album. And here's the thing that it's like a double-edged sword in a way, because you had this guy Kanye who a lot of people knew Hit Boy because of that hit. I'm not saying everybody, but I say a lot, because that hit was fucking crazy, especially in fucking Europe. They did that song like 20 times the record, you know what I'm saying? So without that hit record, you would have been worse off, probably. And this is where they can make their case like, nah, nigga, I work hard. Okay, I know you work hard. Other people working hard and they don't get from there to there. You know what I'm saying? So even if you and Kanye probably have differences, that was differences after that fucking hit, nigga. Now, I don't know all the information, and maybe he has a specific reason. Like, this is what happens with, I'm not gonna be, I'm not gonna comment as if I won't know, like, oh yeah, because he could easily be like, yo, Kanye said this to me, my nigga, how you? And then I'm like, oh shit, you see. But if not, it's like, damn, he gave you the chance, and you're gonna go and say something slick about it. You know what I'm saying? That's I guess the shit about music and politics and shit, which sometimes, like, I get when people want to talk their shit, but it's like, my nigga, relax. Like, you probably will never have a hit like Niggas in Paris. You know what I'm saying? So, that Nas album, it was cool. It had some hot beats. But you know me, I make beats and my shit is just samples. It just gives a different vibe. I can't front, I don't know what it is, but it just does. Like, when I hear a beat with no sample, you know what I'm saying, and when I say sample, it's just like, not just the kicks and the drums. I'm talking about the shit in the background, the melody. It doesn't have to be sampled, but like that main course of the whole plate. I don't know if that makes sense. Not the main course, but the main, like, the steak in the plate. You know what I'm saying? A beat with just like, hey, look at these instruments and shit. Like, a lot of them, like Pharrell beats. I don't like them, and I don't like Pharrell beats like that. A couple of them, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it's just he rarely uses samples, and he uses more of his instruments. Sometimes they sound dope, and just sometimes it just sounds like pressing play in a Casio keyboard, and that's what plays on. Like the I Know song, it's called I Know from Jay-Z, and the Blueprint 3? No, in the American Gangster. That had no samples, but it sounded hot though. You feel me? But it needs that sample, man. And that's what Kanye does. Kanye is at the point that he probably not making the beats anymore. Hell, probably not even writing all the way. Like, he probably writes, yeah, but not all the time, because he just gets a lot of ideas from different people. But I still can see that Kanye, even if it's not making the beat, he would definitely be like, yo, add here this and add something here and there or whatever. But the main thing that I focus is just him and his ear for music, which I trust. After he make that one fucking album, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, after he made that shit, I don't give a fuck what album comes after that shit. I'ma just look. After that, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm not gonna hear an album way better than this, probably in my lifetime. So I gotta, hands down, I gotta give it to Kanye for that album. And then every other album after that, that's it. I just see it as like, art, a painting. It's like if Picasso said, yo, I made this one right here, it's dope, right? I bet. Now look at this one. And you're like, it wasn't better than that one, bro. But at least a different painting has a different, shit that you can take away from or whatever. So I take it like that, because if I wasn't, I would want every album to be just like that fucking Dark Fantasy album, and that's not gonna happen, especially from an artist, Kanye, that likes to do different shit usually in every album. You know what I'm saying? But see, speaking about music though, I know y'all saw that fucking Lox versus Dipset. That shit was like a fucking that shit was like the second fight of Tyson versus Fury. Tyson versus Fury. Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder. It's like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I know, they both get hit, but damn, when you saw that second fight, you was like, what the fuck happened? And then, I was going for Dipset, but at the same time, that was because my youth, you feel me? Like, I was more in that rise of Dipset type of shit. But the Lox, listen, I already knew what they were gonna get into with the Lox, man, because the Lox, they just way better lyricists, man. And the beats, especially like the older ones, and that shit just left too much of a mark on hip hop that even young people at least gotta be like, okay, I heard that one before, or that beat or something, And then probably where they hear it now again, as they get a little older, they be like, man, them lyrics is beast. But the Lox beast, man. I remember seeing the memes in the beginning. I'm like, going, these motherfuckers about to scrap or some shit. They said that it wasn't that it was gonna get to that level and nothing like that. But nigga, you could tell by the eye, by looking at Styles P's eyes, that nigga was fucking cranked. You couldn't trust that nigga. He probably would have fucking snuffed somebody. When I saw that he was pulling this dude's legs, I'm like, you see, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't no beef, but he was a fucking drunk nigga. Not drunk, but something, because he was being fucking obnoxious. But then everything got cool, whatever. The worst part was when people came to the stage out of nowhere. Mad people came to the stage. Even the artists themselves, they were like, yo, what the fuck? How this shit got so packed? But you know how it is, nigga. When you in the urban shit, blacks, Hispanics and shit, we on that nigga shit, you know what I'm saying? We be doing that shit. We all want to be on the stage, you know what I'm saying? That's hip hop 101. But they had a good excuse. They were like, listen, yo, the stage might collapse. You could tell that right there. They were like, okay, hold up. If they would not have said that, they would have wanted to stay there. They wouldn't want to leave. They didn't want to leave already. Like, when they was like, okay, we need the stage clear, they were all looking at each other like, where's Waldo? Like, who's Yo, I ain't gonna lie, this kind of was annoying to see, but Hassan Campbell, he's a YouTuber, he calls my son Bubble Lips. That was funny as hell, because of my son's lips when he speaks. When he said that shit, I was rolling. But my son was there, and I was just thinking, okay, maybe he's cool with the Lox, maybe he's cool with Dips or whatever. But damn, look what Black Lives Matter can get you. Look what Black Lives Matter can get you. Stage, not seats, because he wasn't sitting down. Stage presence at the Lox versus Dipset in Madison Square Garden. And you even saw Queens Flip enter the stage when they all came in, because my song was there from the beginning, though, I ain't gonna lie, on the stage. Thanks to BLM. Matter of fact, no, thanks to George Floyd. But see, that gonna sound like hate, and hey, if it sounds like hate, then let me hate away. You know what I'm saying? Hate away. Let me hate away. You know what I'm saying? Even though sometimes hating should that is called hate, it's just somebody being honest. You know what I'm saying? But whatever. But he was there, but then like halfway or towards the end, like everybody came in, and even a big ass dude, he's a Instagrammer, the fucking big Jamaican dude, I think he's an African dude with like big ass muscles. Nigga was there with no shirt on. Like, everybody gotta get their grip. I feel them. Everybody gotta get their grip. You know me by this is what I'm doing right here and shit. You feel me? But yeah, everybody get the fuck out. But That might sound shit, man. I'm sorry, man, because it's just like, look what happens when you grift off of black people's death. One of my friends told me that they saw my son. This is before all this. This is probably more than 5-10 years ago. That we was like, yo, I saw my son on the train, and at that time I didn't know my son. I'm from Connecticut, so I was like, okay, he must be like a NY rapper. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't really familiar, and then that's the first time I heard that name, because he was in the one train. I guess it was shocking in a way because he was supposed to be like this type of known rapper or whatever, but then some shit happened, jail shit or some shit. So this is when I go back to remember this, I'm like, okay, this is a dude that was on the train, and now most likely you're not gonna see him in the train no more because of what he was doing. But then it's like, damn, he had to do it the Black Lives Matter route. And listen, who am I to judge, right? Because this is how I had to think about it. I was like, yo, he probably just sees this as he's smart. He's smarter than that. He's smarter than that. Because he knows exactly how to attack specific questions that will question the integrity of Black Lives Matter. He knows that. It's not about him, it's about Black Lives Matter. But by him, he got to double down, and protect Black Lives Matter. And then that's when you fall in the trap like, damn, nigga, you defending the people who are leading us astray, using black, And when he defends that, then that's when okay, he's deep in it, And then again, this is what made me think, like, he probably just sees it as like, yo, I'm just an employee. You feel me? I'm just an employee. Or it's like, it's definitely teams, but it's like if you were in New England Patriots and somebody from the fucking 49ers is talking shit about your team, you're gonna defend. I don't see it like that, but he does. Because to me, that's too deep. But it's who's paying the bills. Backed by BLM, backed by Soros. That's never ending money. You feel me? So in order for me to not quote unquote hate on him, like people would just want to stamp instead of just listening to the argument, I just had to view it like that. That's his job. His job is to be a political a political protester signed by the Democrats. So it's like when I see him protest, I'm like, okay, I know who's here. I know the Democrats is involved in this shit. Because he's going to get paid for that. But I bet you he won't be outside the abortion clinics saying, get this shit out of our neighborhoods. You see? And I don't have to always go to the abortion. But you definitely, with so much shit that we've seen and learned, we can definitely know where I can cut this head of the snake at. I know where to cut it. Before we will build up to the whole body of the snake and be like, damn, where. No, but all the bullshit that has been going on it's like leaving virtual receipts everywhere, and you can always have something against these people because they're hypocrites. It's easy to chop the head of the snake when it comes to a lot of people who are hypocrites. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about people that are in the mainstream like he is. You know what I'm saying? It's so sad that the parents, not the parents, but, well, some of the parents of the people who deceased by, fucking crooked cops, cracker cops, all the motherfuckers, they came out and say, yo, man, BLM and it's not all what it seems or whatever, and we still haven't blinked. Me, I know this shit already, but I'm talking about the majority of the people that go ham and post about Black Lives Matter and how beautiful it is. But when it comes to that dirty side of it, nigga, they had to ignore that shit. Move along. You know what I'm saying? Of course, why not? You don't want to look stupid, right? That's why I don't care of looking stupid. I don't care, because at the end of the day, if you riding with the truth, there's gonna be a truth that's gonna humble the fuck out of you. So now what you gonna do? That's when you have to like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Let me take this L, cause this information I wasn't aware about. It's all about a dialogue. It's not about teams. If it was about teams, oof, I would have stood with Obama up to now. How long ago was that? 2008, 2012? I would have been living a lie. Living a lie. But but you know what I'm saying? Like when you double down because, you know, all you think about is like, yo, I went hard for him. How could this? No, nigga. Reality hit. You know what I'm saying? So it's more sad to see the people believe this shit. That's what it is, I guess. You know, and then these rappers, they ain't gonna say, yo, fuck out of here, nigga. Because at the end of the day, what they gonna say? Fuck out of here, my nigga. Y'all niggas is lying, BLM, so they could be called like what? Conservatives or Republicans. The way how they politicize everything now, even like when you get the fucking juice. If you don't take the juice, oh, yo, hold up, are you a Republican then? I literally saw that in timelines. You know, pick which one. I don't have Facebook, but I'm pretty sure you can see that on Facebook in the comments. I saw it on Twitter. I'm pretty sure you can see it on IG also. You know, so it's pretty sad. But, you know, I was gonna use a term that I was gonna sound really professional on a podcast tip. I was just gonna be like, you know when you use that word, like, okay, what's that word? To finish up here type of shit. Like what they use on First Take when like Skip and Shannon are going at it, but you know, you gotta cut for, you know, to move to the next topic. They use like specific keywords and shit. I was just trying to think of one. I couldn't. I think I'm doing way better than my first fucking episode for sure. My first and second. The second one, that was probably like the worst one in a way because the volume, I said fuck it. I still uploaded that shit instead of lowering the volume on the music on the background track so you can hear the voice more. The first one wasn't even with the mic. The second one, I think it was or probably wasn't. I think it wasn't because the mic, I was still trying to figure it out. And you know, just in case if I probably didn't mention it, but the mic that I had, it wasn't working when I was trying to do the second episode. I think the third one I got it right. That's why I took time or whatever, because I was just think you could just connect the mic, which is a really good quality mic, connect to my iPhone, and from my iPhone just fuck it, you know what I mean? When it really, you know, you couldn't because it needed more power. So that's why I do it from the iPad now. So that is enough power to power up the mic fully, where it won't sound good at first and then you hear mad like crackling. That's what's happening. I was like, fuck, I can't. It was to the point that I even went to the B&H, which is like a electronic shop, tech and shit. And I was like, damn, they were telling me like, yo, you may need a new mic, this and that. And I was like, damn, but this mic, it's not like I was dropping it. I wasn't taking it to places where it can get like banged up or nothing like that. Shit was practically brand new. So you're gonna tell me that these motherfuckers, the mic that I have is a blue mic. For those that don't know, or for those that know about microphones, a blue mic, and it's the Yeti Pro, I guess. But it's the older one that it has the two outputs. You can use the XLR and you can use the mini USB. So I'm using the USB. The XLR is that real big cable that people use when it comes to like regular instruments and shit like that. But to wrap up on the Lox versus Dipset, see, I'm getting better. It was a total devastating hit. That shit was like fucking. It wasn't that much of it was a shocker, but not because like we knew that the Lox was better. That's the thing. It was like, okay, to me, I knew the hits obviously, but to me it was like the picking of which song was coming after was like, ugh. Like even when they did the I Really Mean It, so it was getting to a point I was like, damn, they ain't gonna use I Really Mean It. And then because I was seeing that Cameron was reaching over to the other side, telling them like, "Yo, we only got like 7 minutes left, or 2 songs left, or whatever." Then they used the 2 songs. Then Cameron went again, and he was like, "Yeah, because it got extended to 7 minutes." I was like, "Okay, well." So at first I was like, "Okay, they're gonna use I Really Mean It, the song." And even when they did use it towards the end, it was like very lackluster, like it was sloppy motherfucking shit, sloppy shit. But I bet you, Cameron was in the beginning already cutting ass on Styles P. What you wearing? What you wearing? That's why God came and humbled the fuck out of Harlem. The fucking Jadakiss was there with Tim's and shorts, which is kind of like a half and half in New York. Some see it as a no-no, and some just see it as typical NY thugged out militainment. Nah, but it's a typical NY shit. Camel shorts with Tim's on. I seen people wear sweatpants with Tim's. I always wanted to do that. I ain't gonna front. That's the inner NYC nigga in me. Cause I want to do sweatpants and Tim's, but that's like such a no-no that I've noticed. Like not noticed, but that I've heard for so long. That's like I don't have the balls to do that. Well, I'm gonna do it one day. Fuck that shit. I already bought some Vasquez. Don't fuck with me. I skipped over the Brief and Brox and all that bullshit from Tim's. I went straight to Vasquez. Nigga, they had a fucking sale in Amazon. Actually, I bought it. You know what I'm saying, for like what, $150, I believe. You buy it here around 145, where people still love them shits. They'll tell you 200. That's the good thing about like the white demographic, that they don't care about what the hell is hot or not in the hood, in a way. So when you go to certain like hiking spots, hiking stores, they'll be like, these these old shits, man, 120. You be like, ooh, hell yeah. Fuck that shit. But yeah, so what else was in the fucking concert? I feel like I want to say one more thing before I jump to the next topic. The next topic is about straight politics. But let me see. The locks and man, yeah, that's all. It was just, to me, the DJ and shit. But at the end of the day, even the artists themselves were like sloppy with it, because they were just rapping over their verse, which you know, like even with their rapping, it was like, yo, are you forgetting words or shit? Like, listen, it was just all over the place. But the locks was way more intact. It was like 300. It's like 300. You know, like 300. It was really 3 of them, but in a way like 300. Like they were fucking organized and sharp with it. You know what I'm saying? But they're gonna do a tour together, so that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? I just hope everybody got safe after that day and no fucking shootings, none of that shit. I saw the clip of like the bathroom. I was like, oh Lord. But anyways, I wanted to speak about Ashley Babbitt, right? Let me take this sip before I let y'all know who this person is. So, the family of Ashley Babbitt want to sue for what happened at the Capitol riots. Now, Ashley Babbitt is the chick that got shot and killed, I guess, by the people inside the Capitol or whatever, Capitol building. Now, here's my thing about this. I'm conservative, I know, yada yada, but I still, you know, I still keep the conservative on check when it comes to stupid shit. Why? Because I'm Dominican, Spanish, black, whatever the hell you want to call it these days. And I just know, I gotta be real with myself. Now, these were the other conservatives that are black and Hispanic that are like, oh my God, Trump is you know, listen, I like Trump, you already know, but the people that go super hard, these are the type of same people that won't even admit this. But I gotta keep checks and balances, call balls and strikes on both sides. I'm pretty sure, I didn't even want to check, but I'm pretty sure the people now when this news it already came out, but just now today. So I'm waiting for like the people to do, the conservative people that I keep an eye on, to make their videos. They're gonna defend it. But here's my deal. I thought it was play stupid games, win stupid prizes when it came to the blacks and Hispanics. So now I'm pretty sure. I'm not gonna say this is what's gonna happen. I'm not gonna, jump out the window like that. But knowing how these motherfucking conservatives are, who they just forget about the shit that they say like 2 years before, and because it's the now of the information, they would just go with it without even realizing what they were saying before. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna see the videos, the ABLs, you know what I'm saying, to be like, yeah, she's right. The family should sue for what they did. And I'm like, you see what I'm saying? If it was a black person, and not only if it was a black person, because if it was a black person, they would have cheered the shit on, because you know why? It's the agenda. It's the agenda. If it lines up with their agenda, black, white, whoever, they will stand behind it. You know what I'm saying? But that's the issue, though. You know what I'm saying? Because you know that it was play stupid games, win stupid prizes. If it was the other way around and Trump won and people would have came in to do that shit, a field day. Now, who could we say is more right in this situation? I gotta keep it 100, because at times I be thinking, yo, right now, we know what is right now. We living at the edge of the moment right now. Every second that goes on, God forbid, unless we die, we living at the edge of the moment right now. As every second passes, as it's 11:11 right now, horoscope chicks don't get fucking, oh my God, 11. That's your fucking favorite number. Go play that shit in the lotto. Let's see how favorable you be. Juégame el 11-11. Nah, but as of right now, it's still 11:11, Friday, August 6th. We know what the fuck is going on right now. You could. It's only so long you could pretend about how shit is looking really, really fucking crazy, and if some fucking almost entering some post-apocalyptic type of shit. Why? Because of the jab, the stupid 19. And I know everything doesn't revolve around that, but I beg to differ. Cause shit is going crazy now. It's like if this is a movie, and now this is the part of the scene of the part of the movie where the people who were all for shots and all that, this is like their moment for them to be like, oh fuck, I was wrong. Like I say in every other episode, they will not admit that they were wrong, nor they probably ever will, because that ego that we all have, it's like they knew how humans are, and they were like, trust me, they won't even backtrack because they have ego. And that ego's not gonna let them be like, yo, I was wrong. Listen, there was only one person that reached out to me and said, yo, I was fucking wrong. And of course, like, people don't want to do that because they feel like the person gonna be like, I told you, motherfucker. I told you. Even though I want to do that, but you gotta respond with like, listen, man, props to you. You keeping it real with yourself. You see people now, like, you can tell I said this every episode, but I gotta keep going. I don't give a fuck. You could tell people who was posting ham about, oh yeah, that Biden shit. The champagne niggas that came out with the when Biden got elected. They have to stay quiet. They need to just post more memes, man. Post more memes that have nothing to do with politics. When every fucking meme, every other 3 memes were about politics. I see this everywhere. Twitter, Instagram, and other, social media sites. But it's real. Now this is the time where y'all should be like, yo, what the fuck is going on? But no, that's not gonna happen. And those are the same people that I guess Kanye meant when he meant the slaves was a choice. Slavery was a choice, right? And mind you, these are the same people that fell all over that when Kanye said that. Kanye said that as an example, but don't tell people that shit. They don't care. They sheeps. So anyways, that's what I get from it, because it's like, yo, I could see why people were like, yo, y'all getting the wrong information and y'all still fucking doubling down. So you want to stay in that position. And this goes from family members, friends, to people who have high degrees in school. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know why I did quotations myself when I said school, but I guess I did that because, mind you, all you have to tell, of course, once you tell parents that, that's the lock. That's, oh my God, he went to this school. They don't give a fuck. They'll fucking love that. But now that we are living in the real world, not as, some of us are parents, but not as in like the era of our parents. You know what I'm saying? This era right now that we living on, we can see that right now when it comes to certain issues, your degrees don't fucking matter, bro. Look at me saying bro. I know, look. Not that I hate saying that, but that just flew off the top. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't matter anymore, man. But it kind of did matter for me because I was like, yo, in a way I was thinking like, yo, these are the smartest people. That ain't mean shit. Some of these people with the degrees are the one that is fucking tripling down the most. And you see what they tweet and shit, you like, how the fuck how the fuck can you see this like this? But hey, like, you could tell like this is why I can't be God, because I know God must be looking up there like, these motherfuckers are stupid. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it's weird because it feels like you're not even living, you're like living in this same realm but in a different dimension. Because it's like, how the fuck could I put the pieces together and you can't? You have these papers on your walls. You feel me? So that let me know right there in a way, like, ooh, you can't always go by, people's education. Because when real shit hits, like what's going on right now, they will fold. They will get tricked. It's like it's not like this, but this is what I'm gonna say just to make it look more stupid. I was gonna say stupider. Let's keep it real. But it's like you just meeting a random person and you just hearing all the information. Hey, can I get the keys to your house so I can sleep over? And you're like, yeah, sure, why not? Conventional thinking will say, hey, you don't know this person. Why would you do that? You feel me? So just imagine that on a bigger scale, though. It's a bigger scale because this is information that is so important that if we just lay down, it's gonna just go happen. And at the same time, I can't blame them because they're probably living in that world like, yo, it can't be. Look at these celebrities. Look at these news people, the news anchors that I trusted for so long. They can't lie to me. I'm too smart for that shit. No, nigga, you got lied. Like the saying goes, wake up and smell the coffee. Nigga, I've been had my Folgers in my cup, nigga. Now, right now, I got the champagne in that cup, nigga. Fuck that, but let me take this sip. So, like, listen. It makes me think, was that Capitol riot shit worth it? Because, I know right now what's going on is funny style. It's funny style. When did you ever see the government willing to give you fucking cheeseburgers, french fries, fuck it, $100 just to get the shot? You know what I'm saying? Was that Capitol riot because niggas knew like, yo, this is over, we're fucked? If it was the other way around though, you can see the conservative being like, hey, Trump won. Oh, look at all these people trying to play stupid games, win stupid prizes. And that's what it is. But because the stories are flipped, and conservatives, as I know or feel like, Trump would have been a better president during these times. Now, at the same time, I can't really go and say that completely because this nigga Trump was fucking topping himself like, oh yeah, I was the one who brought the Operation Speed or whatever the fuck it was to just hand out the vaccines. I'm like, motherfucker, why you handing out vaccines too? And in a weird way, it's like he's for it, but he's not, because then when he gets asked, he's like, well, yeah, people should take it, but you should also have the right to not take it. And I was like, okay, a little bit of breathing room, because if he just would have said, nah, everybody gotta take it, I was like, yo, what the fuck? What was the point of you going after all these all these issues that no other president really wanted to hit on because if they were scared to look crazy. But then we have somebody who was willing to do all that. And even though I don't agree with the way Trump be fucking topping off Israel every fucking time. Send money to Israel, of course. They are greatest allies. Yada yada. Tell Israel to send us fucking money then. Why we always gotta send them money? And they probably do. But you know, when it comes to here, like, what these politicians are gonna do? They're gonna pocket that shit. Which leads to the trusting of the government. You can't ever trust it. I know they gotta keep some secrets, but damn. You know? But looking how shit is going on now, it's like those people who protested in the riot at Capitol, whatever. Of course, it looked like they were fucking, they were sour about the election, right? But maybe they knew. Maybe they were like, yo, fuck, this is gonna be bad. I knew it. I wasn't just gonna go and fucking go to the Capitol though. But it's sad because it makes you think like, yo, when it comes to history, and you say like, damn, but how come people ain't do nothing, man? Like, we say that because we read the information, and then we thinking that they read the information because we have the internet. They didn't have internet. And if somebody did tell them the information, how would they trust that person to say the truth? You know? So, in a weird way, and then imagine the radio, the TV, all the motherfuckers is paid by whoever one that makes the rules. So just imagine that influence on top of it. You know what I'm saying? I was watching Netflix, and 2 series, by the way. One about alien disclosure that they want to put out. I was like, The other one was about tyrants, like how to be a tyrant or some shit like that. I saw that one, right? I'm gonna talk about the alien shit after, but the tyrants one, to connect to this, without information that I have now, that I came across, yada yada, the past 5-7 years, I would have saw this documentary. It just would have been like, oh, okay, cool documentary. I would have not questioned it because at that time I would have been on some shit like, yo, it's a documentary. It has to do with the truth. This ain't no fucking fairy tale, right? And by the way, even in documentaries, they could lie. They could just act like they didn't know, or they could just, you know, certain shit they could just choose to leave out to leave a certain sentiment. And I'm like, you know, the view of a certain person. You know, who knows? But now with knowing what I know, especially knowing how the media lies, we can at least start there, right, people? Like, we could at least say the media lies. We could at least say that. We could at least say that there's censorship. When you want to look at a specific video that doesn't go with the narrative, and you want to search that shit on YouTube using Google, good luck, man. You're gonna have to go to Google, then go down pages and pages and pages and pages all the way to the end, and then that video might pop up. So that's clear that there's certain shit that it's like they don't want us to have there like all the time. One of them is the speech that I was gonna say Kanye, the speech that Donald Trump did in Little Havana before he ran, right around the time where he ran, where the guy was like, yo, you need to do something about Haiti. Hillary, what she did there was like, this is disastrous and all that shit. Good luck trying to find that video. I can still find it in a way, but if you have DuckDuckGo, that app, you can find it. If you want to find it and go on YouTube, just be prepared to just go like 16 pages back. So we know for sure that's there. So in a weird way, I'm sorry, but I can't trust all the information that they tell us about history now. Because it feels like it was the whole time controlled by whoever the fuck has special interest in the media to tell the story their way. And if it's a new information, oh, that's just a rumor. You know, they could just shut it down. And back in the days, I would have been like, oh, you know, oh yeah, no, but that was fake news. That was shut down. Remember how people used to be like, oh, that's fake news or whatever? Well, oh my God, fucking touch this fucking mic. But the way people will say like, oh yeah, I saw that too, but it came out to be false. And we used to be like, okay, it was false because we went to the website and somebody said it was false. Just imagine how we used to probably treat people back in the days. I'm not saying we, but I'm saying we as a people also though. Like, you don't have to be from that era. Let's say people in the 1920s. Us as a people, whoever was there at that time, in that realm, in that era, that was somebody said something that was actually true because in the newspaper it wasn't there, or in the newspaper they were like, all right, fuck it, we're gonna mention it, but then we're gonna quickly say it was false. And then once they say that, you're gonna look stupid, keep on saying something that was already told to the people that was false. But these people don't know, so they can come 60 years later and be like, oh, remember this? It happened to be true. It happens to be true now. And then we all gotta be like, oh, okay, that's it. Move right along. So that Tyrant series spoke about Hitler and how he was ruthless against the Jews, right? They never wanted you to forget about that. The real never forget. 9/11 never forget. Fuck out of here. Never forget about the 6 million. Idi Amin with the Indians, East Indians that were in, I think it was Ghana. Saddam Hussein and Gaddafi. Remember Gaddafi they showed that video of him getting impaled and all that shit and jumped in the daylight or whatever. They made sure we saw that video. Osama bin Laden died. Oof, was there a video? Hell no. Yeah, we dump him in the river. Yeah, right. That motherfucker's probably somewhere right now under different names, under all that. They were too rich for that bullshit. Or maybe they were killed. At the end of the day, the biggest mafia is the government. Let's keep it real. Even the mafia themselves say that. Because they can just come with little bullshit here and there and tweak the law, or just any way they want, they can kind of manipulate it. You know what I'm saying? So, and then when you see how they speak about these leaders, mind you, Hitler was the man of the year a couple of times, I think. Maybe only once, but not maybe only once. Definitely once, but maybe a couple of times, by the way. It's kind of crazy because you see how his rise, and you was like, yo, this nigga was a great artist. He painted really good, I ain't gonna front. But you see that he was in a situation where his country was fucking demolished in World War One. Fucking inflation, like the inflation going on now, where I used to buy this same black tee I have on, I used to go and buy for $7 just 2 months ago, just a month ago, no, 2 months, yeah, 2 months ago. And now when he goes, when I go, he goes with a smile. He says $10. Like, nigga, what happened to $8 first, then $9.50, $10? Fuck out of here. But that's inflation. So inflation at that time, people just come with like mad papers. It was just mad money. But at that time, it was just paper, a bunch of paper to buy a loaf of bread. That's how bad inflation was. Which can happen here. Conservatives be like, that can happen here because they keep giving us free money. I understand that, and that makes sense. But at the same time, y'all send fucking Israel mad money, and where's the inflation at? So fuck out of here. Give us money, motherfucker. We pay y'all all the time for the fucking what's that shit called, to the banks and all that shit when they went down. Fuck out of here. But anyways, it got that bad, and there was small spots like speakeasies or type of shit where people will speak against the problems of their country. And one of the no-nos, of course, was, I guess, to speak about the Jews. That's why you had to be in certain spots and shit. And Hitler was there. And Hitler was obviously agreeing with them, and he was like, yo, this is definitely one of the problems in our country. Which led to Hitler, at first, he was peacefully like, yo, all right, we need to separate from y'all for sure. And mind you, this is when I look at things like different, because I'm like, wait a minute. You mean the same Jews that be in control? Fuck owning. Of course they probably own. In control of Hollywood. And maybe not every fucking little corner, but the major spots. These are the same people that made up the ADL, which if like you talk about them, you're fucked. Matter of fact, the new one that came out, the ADL partner with PayPal. So even if you have a platform or whatever, probably me, but I'm not famous, I don't give a fuck. But and if I'm using PayPal, they can shut that down just because I spoke about Jews. You see how dangerous that can get? Because you can make a movie saying fuck niggers, fuck spics, right? Asians, like, they creeping up now. Asians like, okay, now you can't talk about us either. But is it the same Asians that were in that meeting in the Get Out movie? I don't even want to get into that part in that scene, but you know that scene where the dudes from the Get Out, he saw and there was just whites, and then there was an Asian dude, and that was like a sign to let y'all niggas know that they in the game with them too. All this Asian shit, that's a what you call it, like a mirage. Of course they want to protect them, but they protected already, man. These are the same people that set up shop in our hood. And us, because we can't get together, because of course when you look at the whatever shit that you can see, it's obviously black people killing each other, Hispanics killing each other in the news. No positive shit. Sometimes. Because we have the internet. And, movies making it look bad. And then on top of that, you have the music putting the battery in the back to keep going and keep doing the shit that we do. We can't ask sugar from our neighbor. I know that's a dumb old fucking version of what I'm trying to say, but you can't ask for, you can't ask your neighbor for sugar without getting ridiculed or being feared, like, oh my God, look, está pidiendo, he's asking for it. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, there was more what's that word, camaraderie? More help. Now it's not sugar, but what is now? Now it's just getting so bad that it's like, damn, now I need $500 to pay this rent. And it's not even $500 no more. It's fucking, if you in New York, it's $1,500 and up. So add to that there's no camaraderie with our own people. We don't know who lives on the 4th floor. We don't, granted, there's a lot of fucking apartments. But a next door neighbor we don't know. What happens when they're trying to get one up on us? When these Jews, who I guess they don't control nothing, but hey, miraculously they own the landlords around here. Well, what do you know? They the landlords around here. They own the media. They own the banks. What the music side of it? What the fuck? But you can't say that. And right behind them is the alphabet LGBT yada yada yada. At the end of the day, it's gonna be the P in there for pedophilia. But we act like we don't know, but it's gonna happen. Then when it happens, we're gonna act surprised. Whatever. They right behind too. Now they taking food out of the baby's table. We want to act like we care so much, but when it comes to something that they don't like, they will ruin your life. They will railroad it. This nigga apologized, and they still trying to take him out of like events. So why the fuck I apologize? That's why I can't be famous, my nigga, because I will go ham to the point that, my nigga, you probably gonna see me in the car, fucking laid out dead, and then gonna hit you with the, oh yeah, maybe he was drinking and speeding. No, nigga, they took me out. You know what I'm saying? And maybe all this martyr shit in me is just bullshit, because when it comes to real time and I see it in front of me, I'm gonna fucking chicken out. But nigga, this is what it's gotten to. It's gotten to that moment. Like shit ain't no games around here. Like, this is what's going on in America. And little by little, those same people at the top controlling a lot of shit are very influential to the people in the bottom. And you think, oh, who's the people in the bottom? Us? No. We're not even the bottom. We are in the bottom, but the bottom I'm speaking, it's like it's like skyscraper level. Because the people at the bottom is just the politicians, and then below them is where we fall at. So from there you can see why, with that influence, they could influence obviously the lower tier, which is the politicians, which eventually affects us. Especially if you have enough money to influence people with celebrities. Oh my God, that's another fucking side to the story. know I mentioned it last week. I don't care, but can you believe y'all was believing that Cardi B and Bernie Sanders interview? Like, are you serious? People was posting that shit up. And I fucked with Bernie at the beginning when I didn't know shit about politics in the beginning, because all I went by was by what he said. And then that nigga laid down right in front of Hillary Clinton to take the shit from him. And I'm like, oh, okay, wait a minute, what? Where was all that energy? I know somebody that I used to follow that really had sorry, I had a burp. That really had one of those like GoFundMe type of bullshit for Bernie Sanders, and he was posting like people who donated to that shit, and I was like, oh shit, people donating money. That's when I kept an eye on Bernie Sanders, and then eventually, you know, he fucking laid down. But imagine that money going back to the BLM. Imagine the money of BLM. All these celebrities put money into a pot that we don't know where the fuck it went. Remember that they were putting even money to take out those people who were fucking breaking into businesses. We was rewarding them people to come back out to possibly do the same shit again. Yo, we some sick ass motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? And I remember Drake was one of them. I think, that he donated to the BLM, and maybe not him, but definitely other celebrities too that were like, you know, trying to look cool and say, oh, I donated, and they didn't even know. I'm pretty sure they knew, but they probably they couldn't even have a decision in it. They probably were like, they're older, the tier above them that say, yo, when you want to be number one, we give you that, right? We pump your numbers, we do all that. So now you gotta do a favor for us when it comes to politics. You feel me? Don't ask where the money you're gonna donate is going. Shut the fuck up and just do it. And yeah, we're gonna make you look nice, and don't ask about the money. But people are smarter than that. And then you see the parents of the victim saying like, yo, we ain't seen none of that shit. So where the fuck the money went, man? Oh, I know. It could have easily went right back up to Soros, or, you know, for Soros, or probably to the Democrat or the people in that area, whoever's controlling the mayor, you know, shit like that, man. This shit is real nasty. That's why, in a way, like I said before, like I blame Trump for a lot of this shit too, because he let this shit happen. He was too worried. Oh, I can't do that because it's not presidential. Motherfucker, fuck that shit. I would have used that pen and did so many motherfucking executive orders. They would have hated me, but they would have saw it. So now it's like they want to roll it out and show y'all why this motherfucker was a bad decision from the beginning. Biden. But at the risk of what? More people dying? More people getting injected with some shit they don't know? You know, and then you still have the Chiefs. Listen, the Chiefs, listen, they back the fucking Democrats like fucking, I don't know. It's just like a domestic situation, you know. It's like, I still love him, don't arrest him, I still love him. That type of shit. I forgot what I was gonna say right after, but it was the way they defended the vaccine. Remember, they were like, oh, but y'all take things that like they'll want to say like, yo, y'all took in shit or whatever, y'all did all this without knowing what was in it. Basically to tell you like, so you just, with that said, basically look how they don't think about like the outcome of their own statements. So what you're trying to say is that just because we've taken shit before that we didn't know what was in it, so just take this. But how about if this is the one? You see why I don't get these motherfuckers? These people are fucking weirdos, hypocrites, and I'm pretty sure they're a cool person when you see them and meet them. But it's just they're just good for small talk, man. Because when you get into deep shit, you're gonna see how they're gonna want to act like they're smarter than what they look. But they're not. They're smart for some shit. But look at I'm gonna call it a crisis because it's really not, but it's a fucking crisis, man. Because eventually, what they want, you see, Don Lemon did the video. I posted that shit. You know what I'm saying? And he goes, well, you don't take the vaccine, you don't go to the supermarket. You don't take the vaccine. And I was like, I bet. You know what I told my cousin? I was like, yeah, you know what? The tech censorship is not here, but it's gonna come. But anyways, my second not hypothesis, but my second theory is that eventually they're gonna say, yo, you can't take public transportation now. Because they're gonna just want to ruin your life until you just get it, until you just quit. You feel me? I know somebody right now that works in the nursing, and she was like, yo, they sent me the letter that I gotta take this shit. I don't want to. And I could just lose my job just like that. And what the fuck I'm gonna do? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, don't take that shit. We talking about people's livelihood, you feel me? Family and all that shit. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, look what they're doing. It's incredible that it's gotten to that point. But back to the tyranny shit. I don't know how. You can talk. You know me, how I go all the way far and all that, and I don't even go back to the point. But all I'm saying is this. What if they lied about those people like Hitler and all that shit because they didn't want to go with an agenda? And the people who control the media just basically say, yo, just write down 6 million. If you know what I'm trying to say. And it probably wasn't even a fraction of that. And then you got to hear the narrator. That's the beauty. The narrator, they add a specific voice, like, and he wanted to greed. Like, it's funny how that shit works, because even when you see like a horror film, if you put like a kiddie music, unless it's on purpose, then that would seem creepy. But if you change the music of a horror scene, you won't be scared that much. But when they put that specific music that goes with it, that fucking violin or whatever, that goes yung, 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 yung. Now that is, you can feel that suspense, right? That's why I see through all these bullshit, man. You know, and at first, word was that Hitler separated the Jews, but he separated them to the point that they had their own shit, but just don't fuck with my people. But guess what started happening? The people was like, oh shit, this shit is working, and then it became too prosperous. Now the people that were there, the Jews, or the people with the higher power around the area of other countries that are seeing what's going on, they were like, well, we can't let this shit go far. And they made it to the point that whoever aligned themselves with Hitler around that time, they were just as bad. So you know what that does? It makes other countries say, okay, wait, you too hot right here. I know, but I'm making the country prosperous. Yeah, I know, but you just, in the media, you look really bad. And if I become an ally with y'all, I'm gonna look bad too. Just like now. Joe Rogan in the clip said that there's people who are physicians, doctors, yada, 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 all that shit, that are letting him know that they see a lot of fucking fucked up shit about the stupid 19, but they so afraid because they're afraid to be called an anti-vax. You see what they did? These people are smart. They know how to corner you in a way. Look at Idi Amin. Now I'm pretty sure Idi Amin was a fucked up, reckless person. But this is what I think also. Wasn't Bush Sr. a reckless fucking person? How about his son? Wasn't he a reckless person? When he told her there was weapons of mass destruction, then they come back like, oh yeah, no, there wasn't. So what happened to the people who had to go to war and had to kill or got killed? Do we count those bodies to the president? We should. The way y'all make Hitler and all these people do it. Dick Cheney was known as one of the worst warmongers ever. The worst one? No, not the worst one. I think Dick Cheney was worse, but John McCain, I think it's John McCain. Y'all fucking celebrated his death. That right there, I could have never. That's when I knew, like, oh yeah, these people definitely doing a hit job on Trump. Because this dude was the fucking war pusher of fucking Middle East, and had pictures with the same enemies in a weird way. Whatever. And then there was such a, how can Trump say that? How can Trump say that about John McCain? Yo, that's when I found out you can literally sway these people like a fucking boat, left to right. You can swing them. I want them to say this now. Okay, I'll swing them this way. Or I want to disagree with these people. I'll swing them this way. That's what they did. When I saw people with praising John McCain, I was like, unbelievable. It's like they fucking forgot. So here comes Idi Amin, and while him being ruthless, he wanted he was hearing his own people, as he should, and he was saying, yo, like, the Indians, the East Indians are here with their businesses, and there's none of our businesses here. So you know what he did? It sounds fucked up because now it's too PC. You won't see shit like that. But he ordered all of them to leave. Now after that, it wasn't too good. But maybe who knows why it wasn't too good? Maybe it was like, okay, this motherfucker's doing reckless shit. He want to help his own people. Fuck out of here. And his own people are black. Ooh, fuck out of here way more. You just never know, yo. Word was that the Jews was trying to control everything in fucking Germany. And that's why Hitler rolled out his greatest hits. And I imagine Hitler's greatest hits. Nah. But you know what I'm saying? If you're not rolling with the agenda, they know how to make you look fucking crazy. They made us look crazy. They made us, the people in the United States, look crazy. They literally trying to separate those who took the vaccine and not. And whoever doesn't, you're like the enemy of the state type of bullshit. And they can get there. Give them time. Let them find out that nobody's really taking it, and they will go ham. They're already doing the segregation shit. If you don't have the paper, you can't go to this restaurant. Can you believe that shit? Now, like every conservative say, and sometimes they use it too much, but I gotta use it. Imagine that was Trump saying that. We would have fucking went ham. But you know what? It's y'all peoples, so y'all gonna fucking double down, stay quiet, post some memes. Duh. Straight up like that. So when I see that documentary, y'all should see it, because that documentary is just like bizarre how they could, when you know this shit, and not even, you just gotta be logical. Like when you see like the main streets in Ghana or wherever the East Indians was at, they had control of all of that. Now, are they gonna tell you how many of them were like slick with it, like, you know, not giving people chances, or, you know, the politics of getting a business around their area? Like if I try to open up a bodega in Chinatown, they will tell me no, but they can come to our neighborhood and open whatever they want, because they know that our people anyway are gonna go and spend money there. You know, it's that culture that we need, that we don't have. That inner city neighborhood culture that we need, that we don't have. Now, those that come from an island or whatever, you know, we have a culture. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that, you know, you're only going to see a black store, if you're going to see a black store, is only what, here in Harlem? That's fucking sad. If it's not a bodega owned by a Dominican that came from over there, then it's gonna be a fucking corporation. And it's leading that way too. It's leaning that way. You would think that you would be like, okay, you know, let's make more sense being in New York City, where there's no fucking Walmarts here and there. There is Target, so go figure. You know, and to know that that's the shit that Republicans fight for, DK. Because the Republicans, I'm pretty sure there's probably people behind the curtain that be like, okay, we can't put them all in one basket. Let's send our people with the agenda in that side. So that's why, in a way, Trump came in and exposed both sides. But that Tyrant series definitely was like a little eye-opener. I still haven't finished it yet. But when you see how they talk about certain people and seeing what should they be see now, you'd be like, huh? I wonder who was really, really right. You know what I'm saying? If I had every information. because they're gonna say whatever they want. Oh no, that was fake. These are the facts. So you can just stay here, not over there. The second thing that I saw was the alien disclosure shit, which was dope. I haven't finished that either. Oh no, I did finish it. No, did I? No, I think I did. But it made me think, because I was watching a video in 4K where you could see like somebody with like a 4K camera going visiting the pyramids and shit. And you see that shit now, you still be like, how the fuck they did that shit? So it could be aliens. Who knows? I be thinking to myself, you imagine that the aliens, they shorten up and all that, but they really gonna touch down if shit gets crazy here and we go into World War III? That makes me think about it. Like the movie Arrival. Y'all should go see that shit. It's about aliens or whatever. And just when shit got hectic here, that's when I guess they saw a alien, and they told them about like, yo, get prepared. We're gonna need y'all, not like your expertise, but it's like, yo, we're gonna need your help in a future battle. Some bullshit. You know, and you gotta see it. You know what I'm saying? Because it makes more sense, obviously. But in one of the parts, it was gonna be a part between where China, whoever was representing China, was gonna attack the aliens, and we were trying to, like, Americans were trying to like stall the Chinese to say, hey, maybe they're here for a reason. And it's just that really can't happen, I guess, now, because it's like, yo, first of all, if they came here and they could easily kill us, why are they here and not doing nothing yet? Maybe they want to have a dialogue first, you know? So it just makes you think, like, yo, they probably just showing up like, yo, y'all niggas is wilding. And then this shit just goes haywire. Then they're gonna probably touch down and be like, yo, y'all need to fucking calm down. That's my best explanation. Because, you know, with all this alien shit, I did the research about that shit like about 4 years ago. I was watching this specific show that, you know, they got taken off YouTube. They're trying to charge $10 on the regular website. I'm like, fuck out of here. But they make a lot of good points, but none greater than what I saw myself, which was I saw UFOs and I recorded it. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, obviously having the iPhone, you look at the moon, but you try to take a picture of that shit, and good luck. But you know what I'm saying? But there was definitely a situation that I saw that I didn't record. And I didn't even give a fuck about recording, because when I was looking at it, I was like, oh shit, this is not fake. There's probably people in there who made that ship in Arizona somewhere, but what I saw was for sure. It was a fucking glowing, it's like, you know when they say an orb, it's like a circle that's glowing, so you don't see a perfect circle, but you see like a glow, but it's kind of circular. And it was the specific color, it was amber. Go look up the color amber. That's the fucking color I saw. And I saw this shit in the Bronx. Like, all this time I used to be like, yo, this shit is fake, because if it was real, they would come right now. Why don't people in the Bronx see that shit then? And there's always got to be people in the middle of the country type of shit. Boy, was I wrong. You know what I'm saying? I saw that shit and I just couldn't believe it. And the weirdest part is just like, when you keep looking at it, you don't see that shit moving, but it just disappeared. If that makes sense somehow. Imagine you seeing something and it's not like you looking away, because I'm not gonna look away, but it disappeared right in front of it, like right there, it disappeared. Now imagine you trying to explain that shit to other people. They're gonna just nod like, oh, okay, and in the back of their head, they're like, this nigga crazy, because you can't explain that shit. The one I recorded, you can make a case that they're drones, but at the same time, it's like, ugh, who the fuck is these people who want to have drones so close to each other, risking it falling? And mind you, when if a drone falls, that shit it can kill somebody, whoever's walking, like, you know, in the street, because they do rise really high. You know, and in the video, you also see that shit wobbling in a way. When I first saw it, I thought it was like a bag. Oh, very far away though, but a bag floating. You know how the bag flows with the air and all that shit? That's how it looked. But I was like, wait a minute, this shit looks way too like different. And it was all black. And obviously it's not gonna be a commercial plane because a commercial plane cannot be all jet black. But there's weird shit out there, man. That's why like I could never say like, oh, this UFO shit that they talking about is fake. No, I can't say that anymore. I can't. And then when you speak to other people and you see other people say like, yo, I seen crazy shit too, and it was just weird for me to speak about it, like, you know, probably like referring to UFOs and shit. And now you've seen the videos, now you've seen the Pentagon come out and admit it, but kind of they want to admit it, they don't want to admit it completely. That's why at this point it's like, okay, maybe they're aliens, but maybe it's just as well could be somebody in fucking General Electric that made an invention that they can't give it a go to put out, and they just be privately flying it around. Who knows? But at the same time, it's like, when is the perfect time for them to land? Trump did do the Space Force. What the hell is that about? Just for satellites and that's it? Who knows? But if there was any time for them to come down, it will be exactly when, like, I guess shit is going crazy here when it comes to like people, I guess, being mistreated because they don't want to roll with the agenda type of shit, or other countries trying to, you know, kick off a war. Then I could see that, like, okay, that's when the aliens or whatever, the UFOs could come down and, you know, put everybody else on chill, because their technology could just easily, they can go to China within like fucking probably minutes, you know. And if they just flying around with the shit that we never seen before, then just imagine the weapons that they could use to destroy. It's probably like some shit at a fucking molecular level, like some atom shit that was fucking separate your atoms away type of shit. Fuck a gun. Probably like a gun that's made out of fucking, that shoots out sound and just fucking dismember you all the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never know. They just flying around, but they make such a sharp turn, 90-degree turn at their will, really fast, that if we do that shit here with a plane, nigga, we will fucking turn into spaghetti, because that force is too strong. So it does make sense what they're saying, but what it is, you just never know. So y'all should see it. It's definitely a dope series, because now shit is so bizarre in this world that we don't even know what the fuck is going on, but we gotta just try to be on top of it. It's not always just about, okay, you just go to work, you know, and just like shit that is programmed here for us. Because look, they had us like that, and then when it's time for them to roll out their agendas, it just catches us off guard. And then by that time you might be a little bit too late, and they make you look bad. You know, like the whole LGBT shit, we were like, yeah, because I was like that too. Yeah, they could do whatever they want, whatever. But then when they started doing, when I was saying that, I didn't know they were gonna go ham to the kids and be on some kindergarten shit, reading time with these trannies. It's like, yo, come on, man, you see? And I'm pretty sure, like I said before, like, I'm pretty sure gay people themselves are like, yo, you know, I don't agree with that though, type of shit. You feel me? But we need them to speak out. You know what I'm saying? Because they just like, you know, we can't be anti-gay. Y'all can't be anti-children now. You know, stop influencing my kids, you know, in school or on famous cartoons that y'all want to hijack everything. You know, the people now, Lil Nas X said, like, yo, after this album, I'ma leave that gay era. What do you mean fucking gay era? That's a slap in the face of the LGBT people, you see? That makes it more seem like it's just, and he says he's gonna go back to his cowboy era. I mean, maybe he could do his gay shit over there too, but I mean, it ain't sound like that. So it's just a fucking game. Like I said, it's like an agenda. Kid Cudi was like, I'ma take off the comments because y'all keep talking about my nails painted. Motherfucker, do you know why we fucking going and saying that shit? Like, You, these humans are so fucking sheep that if you just see a picture of one person with the specific thing more than once, they're gonna fucking, it's gonna infiltrate their brain, and they're gonna feel like, oh yeah, this is cool. Especially young people. When I was young, I was a fucking dickhead compared to what I know now. But that's the secret too. Like, that's why they want to keep rappers who want to get signed at a young age, because they don't question shit. They're just gonna go with everything. Hey, guess what? You got a really great hit. I tell you what, we could probably do this right here, and paint your nails, do this and that. You're gonna be like, alright, fuck it, because you don't realize the damage that can do to just regular people, regular kids, and the kids don't want to listen to their parents. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we need to be on top of these issues that's going on, and keep an eye on it. And hey, you can have an opinion about it, but at least be logical, in the sense that if you hear something that makes more sense, don't double down on your shit and think that it's just some team shit. Like, listen, there's always time for you to be stern on shit too, because if you're telling me some bullshit and it sounds not illogical and shit, I'm not gonna just be like, hey, you know what, hey, no, I'm gonna be like, oh, hold up, tell me more. You know what I'm saying? But it's about a discussion, a dialogue. It's not about arguing. We all know that kids are very impressionable. You know what I'm saying? But hey, when Peter Pan came out, kids jumped out the fucking window. Why? Because they thought they could fly. Y'all remember that? So take that to the lower scale and just be like, okay, now we're gonna show little kids that it's okay to be gay. Kids are being born not even knowing what the fuck pussy is until they get a little older. I would never. I'm end this right here. I've been doing an hour and 31 minutes. God, it's probably gonna be the longest one, I think. But I remember around that area of middle school to like, well, no, it was middle school. I guess elementary school, like from 5th grade to 6th, 7th grade, around that little blurry area. I used to go to my friend's house, and his older brother was like, yo, watch, y'all niggas is playing with toys and shit, but I think he said when y'all get to 6th grade or some shit, when y'all get to 6th grade or whatever, y'all gonna be thinking about clothing and women. And I laughed that nigga out. I was laughing as a dumbass little kid. I was like, yeah, right, I'm always gonna be playing with my Batman toys. You crazy? Flash forward, I got some Jordans. I saw how the women were looking at me. Look at women, the little girls, but ugh. I'm around that age though. But and then like the guys was giving me props and shit. Man, I took them toys and I said, "Man, you could take these toys and send them to." She sent them to Puerto Rico to her brother who lives in Puerto Rico. He's Dominican, but he lives in Puerto Rico. And like, yo, take him over there. Like, I didn't give a fuck. After that, I wanted clothes. Nigga shit, of course, like type of shit in the hood. But he was right though. By the way, speaking about that little kid shit, Apple's coming out. Remember what I said about the censorship on text, right? Apple came out con su privacy, but then they came out with some shit just today or 2 days ago, saying como que like they're gonna scan every photo you have, but even photos in your iCloud, to see if there's any inappropriate like minor shit, like child, minors and shit. If you have anything like graphic and shit, like abuse. And I'm for that. But it was kind of fucked up it was kind of blurry to me when they said they could just scan every photo. And listen, at the end of the day, they probably doing that now, my nigga. They doing it right now, probably. But you see how little things here, they can even use something that you're ready for. I'm for that shit, man. But you're gonna be scanning everybody's pictures though on some shit like. But then again, they can't scan these motherfuckers personal information. These motherfuckers who are politicians and they crooked. Let me just stop it here, because you see I can just go on another 2 hours for this shit. But it's gonna get probably to a point that this shit gonna like the Book of Eli, like the movie, and whoever has like a fucking device, they're gonna have to fucking burn that shit or just keep it outside and do like old school days and speak easies and speak to each other on the low with music high like fucking Gambinos and shit. Because this fucking technology is becoming too intrusive. It felt good right now. Ooh, I can go to YouTube and all that shit. Look at me, I'm doing a podcast. But it's a double-edged sword. And basically our privacy is just being taken away. Don't you see that they made us agree to a bunch of their terms that we don't know what the fuck it is, and with that they was going in our private information, and we're not even getting a single penny out of that shit, but they are. You see, and that should be Apple's fault because I bought their phone, but that's the globalist tyrannical shit that's going on right now that we can't see, and we see, and we just keep posting memes. Anyways, Pirate Radio, episode 11. Thank you for listening. Peace.